They say you can never go home again, that memories are just tricks of the mind. When I think back to 2004, playing Fable on the original Xbox, I don't remember jagged polygons. I don't remember low resolution textures or stiff animations. In my head, I remember a world that felt alive. I remember forests that felt deep and dangerous. I remember a sense of wonder that was so vivid it felt like reality. But then, you boot up the old game today, and reality hits you. It's charming, yes, but it's old. It's blocky. It's a relic of its time. For 20 years, I've been chasing that feeling, that specific version of Albion that only existed in my head. And after watching the new gameplay overview, I think I finally found it. What Playground Games has done here is something very specific and very difficult. They haven't just made a photorealistic game. Plenty of games look realistic. No, they've managed to capture the art style of our nostalgia. Look at this world. The developers described it as having oversized vegetable patches and idyllic rolling hills. It's hyper-real. It's almost too green, too vibrant. And that is exactly what Fable 1 felt like. When I saw the sunlight hitting the cobblestones in Battlestone, or the way the fog rolls over the spooky marshes in the north, it didn't just look like a next-gen engine. It looked like someone took the concept art from 2004 and finally had the technology to paint it in real time. This isn't a reboot of a game. It's a reboot of a memory. But visuals are only half the battle. Fable 1 wasn't just pretty, it was weird. It was distinctly, unapologetically British. And that was the biggest risk here. Could a modern studio capture that Monty Python-esque absurdity? Then they introduced us to Dave, an egotistical gardener who turns himself into a giant. And the mechanic they showed? If you kill him, his giant corpse just stays there. It changes the landscape. It lowers property values. That is the most Fable sentence I have ever heard. It proves they understand the soul of the franchise. It's not just about high fantasy heroes. It's about the mundane colliding with the magical. It's about kicking chickens and arguing with landlords. Seeing that humor intact makes the graphics shine even brighter because it feels right. Back in the day, Peter Molyneux promised us the world. He promised that every leaf on every tree would be simulated. He promised a world that breathed. And while the original game was a masterpiece, it couldn't quite deliver on every wild promise. But watching this new footage, seeing the living population where every NPC has a routine, a name, a personality, seeing the way magic weaves into melee combat seamlessly, it feels like we are finally playing the game we were promised 2 decades ago. The way the hero's cloak moves, the lighting in the dark dungeons, the sheer scale of Fairfax Castle looming over the city. This is the Albion I built in my mind while reading the game manual in the back seat of my parents' car. We often look at remakes and reboots with skepticism. We worry they will ruin our childhoods. But sometimes a developer understands that their job isn't to reinvent the wheel. It's to polish it until it reflects our fondest memories. Fable 4 doesn't just look like a great RPG for 2026. It looks like the Fable 1 I've been playing in my imagination for 20 years. And I cannot wait to go home. Thanks for watching.